Well, hello, and welcome back, y'all. Today, I'm working on something a little different than my norm. I wanted to make a building, but I wanted the building to be renovated into a home. So I chose industrial. So you're going to be looking at an industrial style building, and it has 3 floors. I believe each floor is a different height. And I wasn't I didn't really have any more of an idea in my head than just that. So once I got into it, I kind of kept changing. I was like, okay, it's industrial, but it's kind of modern still. So it changed as I went. But that's where I ended up with. And I'm glad that I went that direction. It does make it a little easier when you have an idea in mind as far as how you want to build it or what style you want to build in. It does help out a great deal in doing your build. At least it does to me. Because the times that I have started to build with absolutely no idea in my head, it takes me 10 times longer to build it because I keep changing my mind. Whereas if I have an idea already decided in my head, it gives me a direction to go and makes it easier for me to pick things out to place. So, the whole time I'm thinking industrial modern, industrial modern. I need an industrial modern couch. I need an industrial modern bed or windows or whatever. I will say about the windows though, oy, trying to find the right windows to work, especially because I used 3 different heights on each level, which was my choice. And I don't know if it was a bad one, but I think it was a bad one. Anyway, I did eventually get there, but it did take a little finagling here and there. Now, working for the floor plan, the downstairs floor plan wasn't too difficult, but the upper floor was definitely giving me, well, both floors were definitely giving me a little bit of trouble. I could not I could not figure out how to lay it out. I liked where the stairs were. I thought it was in a perfect spot because they were off to the side against an exterior wall, which for me makes it a lot easier to kind of figure out a floor plan. But I had trouble because I realized there was enough room for each of the bedrooms upstairs on the top floor to have their own bathroom. I had to kind of move the rooms around to have the right size bathroom with the right room. And the bathrooms did not have to be connected, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted the bathrooms to be back to back. I thought it was going to make it easier, and it did, but it was just hard. It was hard to figure out, but I got it figured out. The second floor wasn't too horribly difficult, but I did get it. Now, one thing I hated though was that I wanted to connect the outbuilding to the main building, and I wasn't sure that that was going to be able to be done appropriately. So I tried to extend like a platform that I put on top of the building over to the house, and it wasn't connecting. So I was like, screw it, fine, we'll just leave it separate and I'll figure something else out later. And what I ended up with, you'll see if you stick around, I do really like. Um, and then the stairs that I put out there between the house and the outbuilding, I love those metal stairs. It was perfect. I was like, oh yeah, it's industrial. Duh. Why didn't I think of that before? So I do end up changing the stairs inside to those industrial stairs. And I think it fits the theme a lot better. And here I am going through and rearranging the windows a little bit as to where I was going to put them. Now, what I had to do though is I had to make a couple of the windows in the smaller size so that it wasn't clipping through the stairs, or yeah, clipping through the stairs, because I didn't like it looking that way. It just wasn't enjoyable for me to watch. And here you see me trying to figure out, what am I going to add to this house to make it not so bland and boring. So I finally found that stupid awning I've been looking for forever. And it is actually an awning. It's not a pergola. It's not a canopy. It's an awning. So Finally found it. But I did have to put 3 across the front. Otherwise, it wasn't going to fit what I was trying to accomplish, which was a bigger porch. So I kept going with that. And yeah, there's the canopy. Or gosh darn it, it's not a, yeah, it's a canopy. It's a canopy. Or no, not. No. It's an awning. Oh my God. My brain. I'm so sorry. As far as the purpose for the outbuilding, I want to say that initially it was a storage room for whoever owned this kind of factory type building, but they turned it into an outbuilding for activities. So there are skill building and like regular activities out there so that your Sims can get a little ahead in life by having those activity and skill items. And then I added the fence around everything. I added like a short kind of fence in the front, but on the sides of the front porch, I added those like partition type fences to give it a little extra privacy, I suppose. And of course, I added the climbing vines to kind of take up that naked space that was just there in your face and made the building look so, so weird. But I kept working on it by going on into the patio area, which I left on the ground level and just kind of wrapped it around a little bit. I also decided to add like the little short fence that your Sims can just walk over, no problem. But I figured this little patio area would be perfect for like barbecues and, you know, for the family eating outside and whatnot. And then I had to work on the walkway from the 2 gates. And the right side of the walkway was fairly easy to kind of figure out. But as you saw, I kind of stopped midway through on the left side because it just wasn't working. So I redid it. I did the little angled corners and everything, and I like how it looks. I think it's really, really cool. It was fun. And here in just a minute, you're going to see me go, or I'm going to walk you through the entire build. So don't go anywhere just yet. Just blink. Okie dokie. I am all done. This one, well, it was fun. I did enjoy doing this one. Although I do enjoy a lot of my builds just because I try to make each one different and I have a thought process in it. And, well, I just like building things. It clears my mind of everyday stuff and it's cathartic for me. So, as you see, I did use this brick wall on the exterior. And yeah, the windows are a little, I guess, funky in their placement. But the reason being is simply because of the interior rooms. I didn't think there was any other way to place the windows where they made sense inside. And the way that they were, when they're all lined up, you know, perfectly and everything, was just not working for me. So I rather that the interior of the home look normal, I suppose, rather than, you know, a window in the corner and that's all you got. So that's why I did that. But I did add to each window, I added these, I guess, I don't know, like a little balcony type thing, but there's not really a balcony there. And I used the same ones on the smaller windows, but made them smaller by 1. Once I did that, though, it just looked so weird because there's this big gap right in the middle, in the front and in the back. So I layered some climbing vines and climbing flowers on the front and the back. And I really, really like how that looks. It's not my best work. I have trouble with the climbing vines, mostly because they're in different colors, different shades of green, but it's okay. It works. It gets my point across, so I'm not going to complain too much. But I did add like a little walkway from the stairs to this gate and to this gate, and then continued that walkway around the back where the patio, the grill are, as well as the trash cans, which I will show you shortly. There is also, which I forgot to delete that, and I believe I've already uploaded it to the gallery, so you may want to delete those if you want. Your Sims can still walk over it, so it's not a big deal. But in this backyard portion here, we've got the swing set and the monkey bars with the telescope, yoga mat for Mom because she's going to need it. And then the metal stairs here, I got them straight. And then I was like, well, no, I don't want them straight. So I made them turn the corner, basically, made them too wide. And that's how I got this big platform here. Added this door, but I had to raise it up just a little bit so that it would be in line with the platform, which I really, really like that. We continue through the backyard. We have a little gardening section here, which does not have a gate, just an opening. But you do have several planter pots for, vegetables or flowers or whatever. They've got the flower arranging station there, as well as a big tree and some beautiful greenery, flowers, whatever you want there. Did the same thing over here, which wraps around to this side of the house. When I was looking at this at night, it just seemed kind of dark. So I did go ahead and add these lights. They're kind of modern looking, so I figured those would work really nice. I like the fact that the gates have the lights on them now, so that was helpful. I also added these like spotlights in certain places, not everywhere. But since the kids parked their bikes there, they wanted some lights there and some lights over here just to light up the pathway, I suppose. But it does look fairly decent in the evening. You've got plenty of light on the porch and enough light on the patio area, or in the patio area, which I really, really like. I also like how the patio is not on the same level as the house. I left it on ground height. I did not want to raise it up. I just think it makes more sense this way for this build specifically anyway. And this tree over here is the same one as this one. This is the normal size. The one on the left, this is made bigger by 1. And this tree is its normal size, which I usually make that bigger. But so if you're ready, we're going to go inside. We do have those industrial metal stairs that go up because keep in mind, this was an industrial building at some point, and they've just converted it into a family home. So you've got your little bistro table there with the little candle, and that's it for the front porch. But we walk in, and this is your entry room, and you have your, I guess, coat closet and your other shelf thing there. I added a half wall behind it to kind of block it off a little bit from the stairwell, which I do like. And then, the rug, the umbrellas, I added the bags to that wall decor piece. I can't think of what it's called. Hanging plant with the high ceilings. I did not have to make that plant any smaller. Umbrellas, a potted plant, shoes, all that, some decor. I did leave the floors as concrete on the main floor because as an old warehouse building, they didn't feel like they needed to add or change the flooring. They just kind of cleaned it up and then sealed it in, so it's perfect. That's my idea anyway. Then in here in the kitchen, we've got a little bit of open shelving, a little bit of cabinetry, the refrigerator, stove, all that. A little bit of clutter up there. I did have to place most all of it. And these shelves are partially inside the cabinets and inside the refrigerator. But your Sims should still be able to use the refrigerator, no problem. And then here's the bar counter area with the trash can. Your hanging lights above the bar area and a clock. I love this clock. I can't use it in too many builds, but I kind of thought it worked pretty well in this one. And then, of course, your industrial-like bar stools, which are fantabulous. Over here, we have the dining room and, just your dining room. Curtains. I made those wall plants bigger by 1. And then in here is the half bathroom, which is your toilets, toiletries, and a toiletry shelf, sink and a mirror, and, of course, some curtains. That's it for that bathroom. In the living room area, this one was fun because of that shelf. Oh, yeah, it was a lot of fun. But we've got, I guess these couches are kind of industrial feeling, I suppose. And then like an industrial style table with, your reading glasses and a book. We've got this amazing lamp, which I love. Coffee table with some things. And yes, that is a muscle magazine because over in that building there, they do their workouts in there. And then some clutter on this really cool table, which I went back and forth about that table so many times, but I did end up on this one. I felt like it was the better matching one. Plus, if you have more company, in theory, in reality, you can pull this table out, flip open the sides, and have more seating for people. And then I've got an industrial light that came with the building, so they decided to leave it there. We've got your open stairs, so you can see people coming up and down. Stereo over here with a plant up under the stairs. Your TV cabinet, TV, and a bunch of clutter. These cabinets here are the upper base game cabinets to the base game bottom cabinets. And then I had 2 tables inside the cabinets to make it look like that was a freestanding cabinet. And then we've got the clutter there, the giant TV. Oh my God. And this, yeah, I cluttered up all the shelves and only like 2 or 3 things actually slotted in there. So I had to place the rest of it manually, which is fine. These things here, these little square things, those are like towel holders, I suppose. And they're really, really small. Like you see that little black square underneath it? That is actually the size. I made them bigger by 2, placed them on either side of the TV and on either side of the window behind the couch to kind of resemble surround sound. I figured, why not? It's a good idea, right? And then those same lights, the spotlight type things that I used outside, I used up here as well. So if you're ready, we're going to go upstairs. Let's see what I did there. Ignore that box. I got to delete it. I forgot. So it is uploaded with the box there, or that shelf there, so you might need to delete that. But we've got a plant hanging up there. And then we go up the metal stairs. Ignore the curtain clipping through the stairs. And then we get up on the landing here, and we've got some modern-esque type pictures on the walls. This is the main computer for the kids. So you've got some clutter there, some noise canceling headphones, some office clutter, and some additional things on this shelf here with the hanging, well, it's not a hanging plant, it's a shelf plant. But I did make this plant bigger by 1 so that it would hang a little bit lower and, take up more space. This here is their shared bathroom. So they do have nice new tile, nice new walls, same appliances as downstairs with a few extra little additions. I did add the freestanding shower to the back of the bathtub. I don't think it's functional, but if you want it functional, you can, I guess, remove the bathtub. It's fine. It's your build. And then I added the curtain here with as big a spandrel as I could find because I wanted to use these curtains or this curtain to kind of close off the shower like you would, or the bathtub like you would in your own home. That's what I did there. This here is the teen boy's room. He's very much into guitars, playing guitar and making music. So he's got all the records and everything, CDs and whatnot that I would say he's collected. He hasn't made. And that's his music making stations, magazines on the floor, other records and stuff of other people. And he is kind of I want high-end everything. So it looks like it's high-end, but it's, well, some of it kind of is, but it's not necessarily high-end. Favorite colors are black and yellow, as you can tell. And this is one of the original lights that came with the building. So he left it, just painted it a little yellow. That's why it's a little kind of funky colored and rusted out a little bit. Then we go into his little brother's room. He wanted to be as much like his brother as he could. So he got the dark walls, the dark brick, and his favorite color is blue. So he's got a little bit of purple because his bed, well, it doesn't have purple on his bed, but it works. The wallpaper is blue and purple, so I made it work. I worked with it, and I added a little bit of purple here and there. Same thing with his light. He painted it to be a little bit blue, and then he's got his little playhouse over there with friendship bracelets and a few things on the walls as well. So, oh, dang it, there's another shelf. Sorry. Oh, yeah, and he's got a little violin because he wants to learn to play the guitar, too. And his big brother said you have to learn to play the violin first. I don't know why he said that, but he did. Now we're on the 3rd floor. So we're going to go fast through this one because you always go faster on the 3rd floor. Anyway, here's the landing. There is a console with some decor, the ceiling light plant. Love this rug. Sorry about the movement. Through this room here is the parents' bedroom. They painted their brick wall a little bit, kind of a brown tone to match their bedding. Curtains, which, oh my Lord, it took me so long to find some curtains that worked. And these were by far the best ones that I could find. I didn't like the yellow tassel, but once I got into decorating, I just added little hints of yellow here and there, and I think it worked out great. Got a little place to sit there, read some books, some plants, a little wall decor, and then their wardrobe. And then, oh gosh, their private bathroom for them only. You've got your toilet with a wall separating it, again with the shower curtain hanging down, bathtub with the freestanding shower that probably doesn't work. the double sink with double mirrors and a towel hanging there as well as a picture to bring in a little bit more of the blue. So far all the bathrooms have pretty much the same flooring, just different colors, different shades. Then we go into the daughter's room, which is over here. It's the teen daughter. Her favorite colors are pink and purple. Ugh, I wish it wasn't so fast on the third floor. But anyway, her room is a very girly room with her makeup vanity over there, a plant, 3 favorite girls in the world, a little bit of clutter. And this is the sketch pad, but I'm pretending it's like a Nintendo Switch or something. And then her noise canceling headphones. She does do a little bit of yarn work. So she's got her beginner basket of yarn there, and then she's working on something over there, trying to figure out what she wants and what she doesn't. I thought this bed was perfect for her. Those curtains just fancied this room up so well. And she also painted her brickwork and then picked out her own wallpaper as well. And then here is her bathroom with the same tub shower thing, shower curtain spandrel, and then the same appliances as downstairs. And then the pink robe and some towels. I know it's hard to see, and I am sorry. It's just hard to maneuver around here without glitching through every freaking wall there is. So let's go back downstairs, all the way down. We're going to go out the back door here, and this is going to take you into the little outbuilding. In this building, they can do pottery or they can work out. That's it. Those are the only 2 options you got. Pottery or work out. We do have blinds on the windows, which can be closed at any time. We've got some free weights over there and a healthy refrigerator with some healthy snacks and whatnot there. Punching bag, all of that. I think it's pretty cool. And then this wall. I love this wall. It's, I can't remember which one, but it comes in different swatches. And this one, it was probably my favorite swatch, and I think it worked out really well. I decided to add the wall to kind of give a little bit of separation between the pottery and the workout station. Plus, the workout area has the rubber floor mat or rubber floor tiles. And then this I left concrete because it's easier to clean up if you're doing pottery. And I didn't like that harsh line all the way across, so that's why I added the little half wall. And then here you go down the stairs, and here is your backyard. Yay! So if we take a look from the top down, you've got your entry here, your kitchen, the little bar section, dining room, half bath, living room. Upstairs is the landing, bathroom, teen boy, his little brother. Upstairs is the teen girl, the landing, mom and dad, the parents' bathroom, and the girls' bathroom. And then, of course, over here is the workout area. Workout and pottery. Anywho, I hope you like this one. This one was fun. I really, really enjoyed doing it. I really did. I like when I step out of my comfort zone and try something different. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and I hope you got a little bit of inspiration out of it. If you did, let me know what has inspired you and how you plan on using it. If you want to download it, you can download it with hashtag Industrial Reno Home, Lil Mama, and Momma-One. And I don't mind this thumbnail. It looks kind of empty back here, and the clouds look so cartoony now that I look at it. But that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. In any case, make sure you hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, y'all, have fun.